and the investigation concerning Gateway Technical Solutions with St. Louis County. For the record, while it may suit the political agenda of some individuals to imply otherwise, there was no orchestrated delay on the part of the County Executive's Office or myself in providing information to the police department immediately. In fact, I have encouraged my staff and everyone who had any information since this became a police investigation, not only to cooperate fully, but to make sure that they give them any information that they may have, period. And I will continue to do so until the police investigation is complete. And I just want to point out that things did unfold very quickly once we became aware. That is why I believe it was reckless for individuals to speculate about things that they may not have had all of the direct information for. So we're talking about a short period of time of about 16 hours from the time that the county executive or myself became aware that there was even a conflict of interest between Mr. Edward Mueth and Gateway Technical Solutions and contracts to the point where we have gotten to a criminal investigation. So we're looking at a 16-hour period of time. And in the conclusion of any investigation, what you want to make sure you do is have all of the information and all of the facts. We have a current ongoing investigation that involves the county police department. Until I or the county executive office, to the best of my knowledge, gets that final report, we can't make any recommendations thereof because we must have all of the information and all of the data. And anything that we find, we also have to remember that our employees do have a right to due process. So once we did become aware of what was going on during that 16-hour period of time, we were aware simply that we had an employee who had a severe conflict of interest regarding contracts with St. Louis County. We acted appropriately and immediately according to our protocol. When we found out on the afternoon of September the 19th, we immediately got together, made sure that person was locked out of the system. They didn't have access to computers, they didn't have access to any buildings or any files. After that, I went back to meet with my staff immediately within about an hour to an hour and a half period of time to let them know we had an employee and that we were going to have an investigation and that they needed to make sure they cooperated with that investigation to the fullest extent. I then went ahead and contacted Mr. Mueth directly to meet with me that morning at 8 a.m. To come in to the office and have a meeting with myself, which he agreed. Based on the information that we had at that time concerning his conflict of interest, I asked and made sure that staff be present, including the HR director and also our assigned county police officer on site, which we do have. And that is what we usually do if we're suspending a person immediately pending an investigation that says this is a conflict of interest. Unfortunately, leading up to that event, as you know, within that period of time, Mr. Mueth took his life. So we were not able to ask him that questions, and we do have a lot of questions. But as I mentioned before, I have asked my staff to fully cooperate with the police department and to give them any information. But I cannot act on anything significant related to that until I have that completed information from the police department. And once we have the completed report from the police department, then we'll be able to make recommendations and move forward.
But they had known about this probably since the beginning of September. It first came to light on August 20. I mean, if you're the director of the department, wouldn't you want to be aware that there was a problem that had arisen a month prior to this?
Actually, the truth of the matter is, when I became aware of the situation on September 19th, and when things had escalated in that 16-hour period and we went to a point where we had a criminal investigation, one of the things that I believe personally is that anytime you have a criminal investigation, I had instructed my staff to cooperate with the police department, and I didn't go and I didn't question them in any detail about this because we have an ongoing investigation. And as a policy, for me, one thing you don't want to do is question people in the middle of an ongoing police investigation. You need to allow that police investigation to occur. Make sure that no one interferes with that police investigation until that investigation is complete. It did come to my attention. I think we got a call from someone, I forgot who it was, from the Post-Dispatch yesterday, that said, did people know back in August or something like that? And we're like, huh? You know? And then it was only at that time that I asked myself, what are they talking about? And then that's when they said that, well, we thought we had a conflict of interest, Dr. Gunn, But that was only the week of the 16th. Up until that point, we just thought we were dealing with the invoice problem, which we do on a daily basis, and we handle them accordingly. So all invoice issues don't necessarily come to the office of the director.